Chinese player disqualified from Tekken 8 tournament. It's King J, fighting game content creator. I wanted to talk about this. So there was a tournament that was being held in Thailand called Thaiger Uppercut, right? And XCC is from China. Apparently, from the rules, it says that people from certain countries, they can't go. So from what I know, it's Russia, China, and I think there's maybe 2 or 3 more. Someone might be able to correct me in the comment section down below. But basically, the player XCC went to Thailand to compete. And one thing that I found quite weird is none of his matches was on stream. He then was on his way to being in the top 8 run-ins. And by that time, he was disqualified. Now, a lot of people have taken it to Twitter and they've said what they've said. You know, a lot of people think that his money should be sent back to him. I don't really know whose fault it is. And I'm not taking no sides. The reason why I'm not is because I definitely did hear about this from before, where they were saying that, you know, certain countries cannot compete for the Tekken World Tour. Now, do they have to say this at the start of every Tekken World Tour tournament? No. But had you known a player was coming with his nationality being from China, why would you make him compete and make him go into the runnings for top 8 and then DQ him? That's the part that I find distasteful. Now, looking at all of this, you see stuff from Fergus, you see stuff from, you know, prominent community members in the Tekken community, and even just the fighting game community. They've given their 2 pence in what is going on. And to be fair, like, I understand all the points. It actually makes sense. It says, I understand there's much to consider, but irritating to see an official statement say we followed the official rules. If this were the case of an ineligible player would not advance through 5 rounds of a master event and sent numerous Tekken World Tour hopefuls to losers. Not cool. So there's like a lot of issues, because now that he got DQ'd, it's kind of like, okay, cool. He got DQ'd, but what happened to all the players he beat along the way? How must they feel as well? And I know this is nothing to do with them, and we can't say, oh yeah, it's not about how he feels. The matter is at hand. How did this even happen? This is the last tournament on the Tekken World Tour. Thaiger Uppercut, Thailand tournament. It's just not making much sense to me, right? How this was even, I don't even understand. But yeah, it's a ban. It says Bamco America supervision. My guess is XCC situations either because the country he's from isn't listed on countries recognized in the Tekken TWT rules, or since it's under Bamco America, they have to comply with OFAC list. Such a messy situation. So let's have a look at the rules. So there's a part where it says, this tournament is only open to players who, from time of entry and until all prizes, are of the age of majority of jurisdiction in which the tournament is located, or who have received explicit permission from their parent or guardian, are legal residents of one of the countries specified in the territory, possess a valid form of state or federal government issued identification, are not subject to applicable sanctions, prohibition. Including without limitation any person listed on the U.S. Department of Treasury Office of Foreign Assets Controls specially designed nationals and blocked persons list. Is there more? Is there any more that's been highlighted? So yeah, like this is a very sticky situation, because I really don't understand. I don't understand fully, and I'm not gonna act like I do. I don't really understand why those countries are actually banned. Again, they've come out with a statement saying, we had to disqualify a player from Thaiger Uppercut Master Event who does not reside in an eligible country under Tekken World Tour 2024 regulations. Although we did our best to explain the circumstances to the player and follow the official rules, this led to an unprecedented situation. We understand that this decision has caused disappointment among some members of the community, and we will consider adjusting the official rules for future seasons. Thank you for your understanding. Now, I don't know, man, about that statement, man. I don't really know. Like, it's on my trending list, and I really do think that he should be refunded his flight, his entry, and I feel like he should get a free spot to the LCQ. But then if he gets a free spot to the LCQ, it still doesn't override the situation. Like, the rules are still saying that, you know, they can't have people from certain countries, and he's from China. So, you know, I've seen a couple people give their responses, and I agree with a few of them. You know, I definitely agree. And it sucks because he's meant to be like the top Dragunov player in the world. Like, or he was at some point. I was watching like this match with him and Edge, and I was like, damn, this guy seems pretty good. And for him to make top 8 with people like Arslan, Shadow, Nee, these are like world-class tournament players, right? For him to make it, like, you know, on his way to top 8, who knows? This could be like the future. He could have been the person that everyone might look at. He might be the next Arslan. We don't even know. So that's why it's quite sad that the situations happen. And hopefully, you know, Bandai Namco open up the borders for people to actually be able to play from different countries like China and Russia and stuff like that. Because I know Russia, they have Strog. You know, China has XCC. And there's probably a lot of other players that we don't know about that we could find out in the Tekken World Tour. So, yeah, it's a sad situation. It's a very sad situation. I think at the least they should just refund his money and his entry. But I don't know if they're even going to do that. I feel like it's one of those situations where it's like, oh, man, like, it sucks, but what can we do? But if you lot do want to support XCC in terms of, like, just finding out more about who he is as a player and all of that stuff, his account, I'm trying to find it even now while we're talking. Let me go and check. But yeah, like, it's a sad situation, man. It's really, really sad. Because I really wanted to see how far this guy placed. It's like, who's XCC? That's what I was actually saying. Like, who is he? But this is just how it goes sometimes, man. This is really just how it goes. It's a really, really tough situation. And one day, hopefully, we'll be able to get these things sorted out. So, we just see this message from me. So look, here's his account. TK Xiao Shen. So that's his name. And it seems like he's been getting a huge following. Because when I last checked his account, it was 233 followers. And now he's on 1,000. So yeah, I hope he gets justice for what's going on. I would like to say from experience, I've seen things like this kind of blow over, but yeah, I kind of don't want this to blow over. I feel like it's quite sad that this happened. But yeah, check out XCC stuff, man. I don't think does he even stream? I don't see anything that says he streams, but yeah, just go follow him, go support. And like I said, I feel like honestly, this situation needs to be sorted out, or at least a flight, man. Pay for the flight. Something. He's even a sponsored player for Team Essence as well. So, it sucks, man. It sucks. But let me know what you lot think in the comment section down below. I feel like the rules, again, you know, just kind of facing off of like the whole transparency from the stage, the Heihachi stage, and now this. It's now making me think that, yes, they need to be a lot more transparent with a lot of things that they do say, because some of these things, they're gray areas. You know, you can't go on the Tekken World Tour website and see, oh yeah, these are the countries. You have to go and look at the proper rule book, or I don't know, the fine print. Because let's go and have a look at the Tekken World Tour website. All right, we're here now, right? Tournament overview. Well, let's type the rules. Let's go to the rules set, right? So there's got a bunch of regions where you can enter, right? So this is territory, meaning excluding any countries determined by BNE or as required by applicable law. So if we look at this, this shows all the countries in the different regions, right? And it's kind of like floating back to me when they actually announced this, because they showed the different regions that were allowed and they showed the countries, and you know, China is not on it. So this is why I say that, yeah, you can click the rules here. Like, it is about just checking and seeing. This wasn't hard for me to find. And again, I don't want people to kind of put me in this box and say, hey, he's on the side of Bandai Namco. No, I'm not. I'm just saying that sometimes with these things, that, you know, just from previous experience, sometimes these things could be hard to, like, to not look at. Like, I personally think you could just go click and go to rules and go and check. But sometimes people might just be like, hey, like, I'm just going to go and enter a tournament and it should be okay. And I think in XCC's case, maybe that was the case. I don't want to speak for another person when I don't know the full situation. But from me, outside looking in, and all I had to do is go and click rules and go check just this part. It's kind of, do you know what I mean? So I don't know who's, like, I don't know whose fault it is, but I do think if they did DQ him that far into the tournament, I do think they should reimburse him in terms of whether it's the travel and entry or something. But let me know what you lot think in the comment section down below. And I do hope XCC does get some justice from this. And I would like to see, you know, China. Maybe I might go down there and just see, like, you know, their scene and stuff like that. Who knows? If that's something you would like me to do, let me know in the comment section down below. And we probably could try and plan for something like that in 2025. Other than that, let me know. We'll be on to the next video. Peace.